All right, so I'm Mr. Dio. I'm a chemistry teacher, and welcome to Mr. Dio Chemistry Classroom. Today I have a really interesting experiment to do for you. It's called a flame test experiment, and it's actually used in order to identify metals in metal salts. And it's going to be really exciting in the sense that when you go to watch the Macy's 4th of July fireworks, you'll be able to identify all the different metals that were used in the fireworks, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to light my Meeker burner, and let me spell Meeker for you, M-E-K-E-R. It's attached to a rubber tubing, and I have my flint lighter in my hand. So here we go. Okay. All right, so I have a nice blue flame, and we're going to start the experiment. All right. So the first substance I'm going to use is sodium chloride. So that's the formula is NaCl, and I'm going to hold a small amount in a scopula, and let's see what happens, right? You should begin to predict what you think the color of the flame is going to be, and let's see if your prediction is right. So here we go. And you can see that's a characteristic color for any substance that contains sodium. All right, so that's sodium, chloride, and any sodium compound, including baking soda, baking powder, etc., will all give you the same color. All right, so that's the first one. Let's go to the second experiment. And the second experiment has to do with copper sulfate. So I'll take a small amount of copper sulfate, and copper sulfate is blue in color, and I'm going to hold it in the flame, and let's see what's going to happen when I hold it in the flame. It has a beautiful color, and you can see that green color, and that tells you that copper is present. So the next time you go to the fireworks and you see the green color, you'll know that copper is present. So any substance that has any copper in it will give the same kind of a color. All right, our third substance today will be lithium chloride. Okay. Lithium chloride. I'll take a small amount of lithium chloride, and the formula is LiCl. In the form of crystals. Lithium is one of the elements in group 1 in the periodic table. It's called an alkali metal. And I think you will see a fantastic color here. I love this color. I think it's the best color ever in this experiment. And here we go. That's a beautiful color, and this is characteristic of lithium. So anything that contains lithium ions will give you this color. All right, so that's the third one. Let's go to the fourth, and the fourth is strontium chloride. When I do strontium chloride, I want you to think of all the flares that the police officers use on the road. Okay? And what's the color of the flares? All right, so I'm getting a little bit of the strontium chloride, and the formula strontium is a metal, of course. And let's hold strontium chloride, and let's see what characteristic color we're going to see. That's a beautiful color also, and that's a characteristic color of strontium, symbol Sr. Strontium is a metal in the periodic table. And we have one more to go. And the last substance I'll do today is potassium bichromate. Okay? Potassium is an alkali metal. It's a very reactive element in the periodic table, and the symbol is K. Comes in Latin word kalium, and let's try potassium. Potassium. Okay. And when I do this experiment, I'm going to use my cobalt blue glass. Okay. So I'm going to look at it without the glass and with the glass. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And then I look, and I hope you have the opportunity of trying this experiment, and you'll see something a little different with the naked eye and with the cobalt blue glass. Okay? Much sharper color. Looks far more pink with the cobalt blue glass. All right, so this is our experiment. This is called a flame test experiment. We have done 5 different substances, and they're all metal salts, and they have 5 different metals. So the next time you go to the fireworks display, you can tell immediately which metals are present in the fireworks.